Hi you guys, welcome to my channel. This is the second video for my IVF journey. So I'm gonna break this video down in parts because it's a lot of footage of me talking, and so I tried to break it down as much as possible to make it so it's not such a long video. But I'm just going to have to just break it down in separate videos. So this video that I have put together for you all is the video for me starting my stem process, and I'm just going to put I got something on my lip. So this is going to be the video for the stem plus the egg retrieval process, and then I'll do a separate video for the like how many eggs I got, and the process for once you get your egg retrieval. You have to go through some steps. The eggs have to develop and make it to a certain amount of days before they are frozen, and then if you do PGT testing, they have to be tested. So I am doing PGT testing, so I'll put all that in a separate video. This video is going to be just for me going through the stem process and then leading up to egg retrieval. And one thing that I didn't record that I wanted to do for this video, it's getting kind of hot. One thing I wanted to talk about is that before you start your stems, they do a cyst check. So the week prior to me starting my stems, I did a cyst check, and they weren't able to really, at that time, they weren't able to see my right ovary, so they weren't able to check for a cyst on that ovary. So what they did was draw my blood and just see if my estrogen numbers were elevated, which they weren't. So they felt comfortable to move forward with the stems. So that is something that happened before I started the stems. And then also I have to talk about the sperm donor process, because that is a part of this process. I have to, since I don't have a partner to supply the sperm, I had to find a sperm donor. And so the way that worked is, it was funny. I was laughing because when you go to these donor sites, it's like you're trying to find someone to date almost, because you see the person's profile picture, their profile and everything. You find out all these different things about them, and so it's just really interesting. But that process for me, it was a little complicated, because I'm just like, oh my goodness, I have to choose the right person. Like, I can't just be choosing anybody to be my baby daddy. I gotta pick someone who I'm attracted to, someone that I feel like will, with my genes and my features and their features, will, create a beautiful baby. There's just certain things that you have to consider. Also, the genetic markers are very important, because if I'm positive for some type of genetic marker, then they can't be positive for it too. There's just different things to consider when you're choosing a sperm donor. So if you go through this process, they'll let you know, what to look for and what to not look for. So yeah, I chose a sperm donor. It was just also very limited. That was another problem. There wasn't that many African American men to choose from, which is, kind of unfortunate, because with my insurance progeny, they only have a certain amount of sperm donor or donor banks that they work with. So that limited my selection. And then just in general, there's not that many African American men that are sperm donors. So men out there, black men, please, help a woman like me and donate some sperm. So yeah, but I did end up choosing an African American, if y'all want to know. So yeah, I got an African American sperm donor. I bought 2 vials. It's not cheap at all. Like this, I'm going to go through the whole process as far as like the financials. But since I'm talking about it, I had got 2 vials of sperm, just one just in case, you never know. And so that came out to like 2,000 for 2,000, like 2,200 or something like that. And I had to get the sperm because I had to have the sperm there at the fertility clinic the week that I did my cyst check. So I had to go ahead and order it, and then it got there, you know, within a few days. So it was really a seamless process. It was pretty simple and easy. So I got that out the way, and yeah, so you gotta get the sperm donor, obviously if you don't have a partner. So that's something that I had to go through. So I did want to talk about that because I didn't make any videos about that, but I did want to talk about it because it is a part of the steps. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and start the video of my stems process and my egg retrieval. So I hope you guys enjoy it, and then I'll put another video up of, you know, the results from the egg retrieval. So enjoy. So today is December 28th. Yeah, 28th, 2023. This is my first official video talking about this process. Excuse this ugly pimple right here. So I decided to go ahead and start my IVF journey in late November. So I am still at the very beginning stages, doing a lot of the testing. I just came out of an appointment. I got a histogram done, which is what they do to look inside of the uterus. So I was just advised that I have some pulps inside my uterus, so I'm gonna have to get those removed because they interfere with the implantation of the embryo. So they said that to get them removed, it would be like a 5 to 10 minute procedure, and then they have to send them off for biopsy just to make sure they're not malignant. Most of the time, 99% of the time, they are benign, but they still have to test it. So that's where I am right now in the process. My care advocate will be in contact, I'm sure, to schedule that procedure because, I mean, before I do anything, I'll have to get that done. So yeah, I gotta get that done. Still early days, still very much early in the process. I've been on birth control for the past week, so I have to take birth control for the next couple of weeks, and that's just for them to be able to control my cycle. After that part is when I start taking the injections, and then that just prepares me for egg retrieval. So I probably can continue on with that process, and then before they actually transfer the embryo into my uterus, I'll have to get my tubes removed and those pulps removed. Both of my tubes are blocked, so they serve no purpose at this point, and you don't need your tubes in order to do IVF. So I'm gonna have to just get those removed, which, you know, I already knew about. So before I actually move on with the transfer, I'll have to get those two things taken care of. Get the pulse removed and then get my tubes removed. So that's where I'm at so far. The sonohysterogram I think I'm saying it right. It wasn't actually that bad. I'm actually cramping right now a little bit, but the HSG was worse, which is basically, that's the procedure that they do to insert a fluid into your uterus and see if it's going to go out of the tubes, and that's how they are able to determine if the tubes are blocked. That was a lot more uncomfortable, but then this one was pretty, it wasn't too bad actually. I was really nervous about it, but it seemed like it went how it was supposed to. She was able to get it inside, you know, my cervix and then into the uterus, and then she was able to see inside the uterus and check out my lining, and then that's how she discovered the pulp. So she's going to send those images off to my provider, Dr. Peterson, and then I'm sure he'll go over next steps, which would be to get those removed. So yeah, that's where we are right now. So today is my birthday, January 21st. It's probably about 6:30 at this point. So I started my stims today. I was really nervous about it, but it wasn't too bad, which is pretty much the consensus that it's not bad. I mean, at this point, I just have to see if there'll be any type of side effects. So far, I've heard there could be some cramping, maybe some bruising in the area where I do the injection, some constipation, but nothing too crazy from what I've seen and read so far. So, so according to my calendar, this week, I'm just going to be taking these antibiotics for today and the next 2 days. And then I'm going to be doing the evening shots until the 23rd. And then on the 24th, I go to get blood work. And then the next day, I get an ultrasound. And so the blood work and the ultrasound would be just to see how my body is responding to the stem medication. And then at that point, if they see that they need to make any adjustments as far as like giving me a higher dose or what have you, then they'll make that decision at that point. So currently I am scheduled for having egg retrieval February 1st. If everything goes as planned and they don't see any reason to push it back, then that would be the day, I'm assuming. So just hoping my body reacts, you know, the way that it should to the stems, and they're able to see what they need to see in the ultrasound and in the blood work, and that way we can keep this show on the road. So yeah, I'm excited, and I'm, you know, obviously one step closer to a positive pregnancy test. So yeah, that's the current update. So stems for the next 2 days, and then blood work on the 24th, ultrasound on the 25th. And then from there, we see how it goes. Hey y'all, so it is 1:22:24. It is about like almost 6:20 p.m. and this is the second day of stems for me. So I am currently doing stems, and during the evening time anytime from 5 to 7 p.m. So yesterday was the first day that I did the stems, and I did it around 6:12, so I'm still around that time. I just didn't end up recording anything, so I wanted to do a video. Sorry, this lighting isn't the best in my room, in this area especially. So yeah, so I have everything out for me to go ahead and do the stem injection. So what I did yesterday, I mixed up my two medications. So the first one is called Gono. It's like an injection pen similar to what people with diabetes use. So that one's pretty simple. And then I have the Menopur powder. So they have me doing I believe it's 150. So it's two, both of these are 75 IU. So I have to mix both of them with the saline. So two of the Menopurs, and then I have to mix it with saline. So I have those out. I have the Q-cap. I have the needle to attach to my Gono pen. I have the 2 alcohol wipes. And then I have the syringe that I use. And then the subcutaneous needle that I will use to inject it. So I'm going to go ahead and do that right now. Yesterday I was really nervous about it, but it wasn't that bad. But later that night, probably around 8-9 o'clock ish, almost 10 maybe, my stomach was just really upset, and I had to I ended up on the toilet. Sorry if there's too much information, but yeah, I had to go to the bathroom really bad, and it was just one of those where it's just you hunched over. So I'm hoping that wasn't due to the injection, and maybe because I was just eating a lot this past weekend, stuff that I usually don't eat, but it was my birthday, so I wanted to treat myself or whatever. So I'm hoping that was the reason, and it's not due to the injection. So hopefully tonight I don't have that same reaction. So what I did yesterday, I did the injection, and then I had ate. Today I ate already, and then now I'm going to do the injection. So I'm going to see, hopefully I don't have to deal with that again tonight and go through that. Well, actually, whoops, I almost forgot. I'm supposed to pinch and then enter. Ouch. What's up, everybody? So today is the third day of stims. So as far as how the second day went, the second night actually, I didn't have an upset stomach at all, so that was a good thing. I slept fine. Right now I kind of feel, I don't know, it's not necessarily upset stomach, but I do feel kind of like I'm probably gonna have to use the restroom, but it's not nothing unbearable. Probably something I ate, I don't know. But yeah, so this was the third night of stims. I did my third injection tonight. I took all 3 antibiotic pills over the last 3 days. So tomorrow I have to go get blood work done. And then so tomorrow's Wednesday, and Thursday I get an ultrasound done. So these next 2 days, they're just going to be seeing how my body is responding to the stem medication, and if they're going to need to change the dosage at all, or if I'm on track to where they want me to be, I guess. So I will know more tomorrow. But yeah, so I'm getting the hang of doing the injections. I haven't had too many noticeable side effects, honestly. I mean, today I did have a headache for the most part of the day, so that was kind of annoying. Tomorrow we'll see with the blood work, but it's looking like how my body is reacting to the medication so far, and then from there we will see. All right. Okay, so today is day 4 of the stims. I apologize again, this lighting sucks, so I'm just preparing the stem shots. So today I went to do blood work, and so I got advised to up my gono shot. So this one right here, the gono pin, I have to increase that shot. But I did see the estrogen numbers, and it definitely is up. So far they are saying that everything looks good. There's nothing concerning, which is really comforting to know. Because when she was like, when she told me to increase the gono shot, I was like, okay, is this due to the numbers not being, where they want it to be? And so she just pretty much reassured me that it's still very early. You're still, very early days for your stem. So it's not necessarily anything to be concerned about right now. It's just as the days go by, the doctor will increase or decrease the doses. So nothing to be concerned about. So that was good to hear. So tomorrow I will be going to get an ultrasound done and some more blood work. I haven't used any ice pack or anything. So ooh, that one kind of hurt. Yeah, I was supposed to pinch the skin. Okay. So I am on my way home from my second appointment since I started stims. So we did the ultrasound, did blood work. So I should hear about the blood work a little bit later today, probably around 3-4 p.m. But the thing with the ultrasounds is that for whatever reason, my right ovary is like very, very difficult for him to find. And it's kind of starting to make me worry because every single time he looks, he can't find it. Even another lady that I did my ultrasound before, like I think, was it last week? When I did the cyst check appointment, she couldn't find the ovary. So it does make me worry because it's just like, if I only is that he was able to, you know, see the left ovary and, you know, see the follicles. My ovaries, the stems haven't really started impacting the ovaries just yet. It's going to be the 5th day tonight that I take the stems. So they haven't really been impacted by the stems just yet. So we're hoping that once the stems do start impacting my ovaries, then the right one will be more visible. Okay, so update. Today is Friday, January 26th. I went to my 3rd appointment today. So we did blood work and ultrasound today. Today we did the abdominal ultrasound instead of the transvaginal ultrasound. And so the left side, you know, easy peasy, easy for them to see. You can see the follicles as well. It's still, you know, early days, so which is expected. The follicles aren't that big. I think she said the follicles are measuring between 4 to 10 millimeters, I think. And then she did say that she could see the right one, you know, better. Well, I mean, she could see it because they were saying that they couldn't see it at all when they went through the transvaginal ultrasound way. So she said she was able to see the right ovary. It still was a little bit difficult to see. So, yeah. They didn't load my blood work just yet. So I don't know, like, I didn't see, like, what it increased to. But I do have another appointment on Monday. They did do some adjustments to my stem medication. So starting tomorrow, I have to take one of the other medications that I haven't been taking it. So I think it's the Cetrotide or something like that. I have to take that along with the Gonal and the Menopur. So that starts tomorrow. They haven't adjusted the egg retrieval date. It's still on the calendar, still shows as February 1st, which is next Thursday. So I'm guessing, depending on what it looks like on Monday, because Monday would be day 9. And I've seen a few people on the Facebook group say that around day 9 of stems is when they, you know, were able to see a good amount of growth via the ultrasound. And then because I believe you have to take the trigger shot 36 hours before the egg retrieval. Yeah, it's just a lot of appointments, a lot of going to the appointments, a lot of blood work, a lot of ultrasounds. So, but I mean, it's a part of the process. So, I mean, I'm not complaining, but it can be a lot. So today is 1/29. It is Monday. So, I went to the doctor today, and the doctor was able to check the length of the follicles. If I remember correctly, the longest one on the right side was 16 millimeters, and then on the left was 14. I believe that's what he said. So he did advise me the right side is very difficult to see transvaginally, so most likely they would have to do it through the abdomen, which he did say there could be some risk, but it's still very low risk, but it still is kind of scary to think about because it's just a lot of risk throughout this process. and it is a lot of nerves that, you know, goes into it, because you just constantly thinking of what could go wrong. So yeah, so after everything he saw today, he did say that he wanted to do 2 more days of stims. So they pushed the retrieval back to Friday, and so I'm going to skip tomorrow and then go back to the doctor on Wednesday. So they did do an adjustment in my stem dosage. They decreased my gonal back to 225, which is what I originally started with. And everything else is the same. So I'm taking the gonal, the Minipure, and the Cetratide. So yeah, today my ovaries have been very sensitive. I noticed that when I was sleeping, I felt kind of like the tightness in my, you know, abdomen area, and then just pretty much all day today they've been super sensitive. Like when I was sneeze, I could feel like the soreness. So I'm foreseeing that getting worse, seeing them getting a little more sensitive. What else? I haven't had a upset stomach, thankfully. No other symptoms. I do feel kind of like blah right now, so I'm definitely gonna get in a shower after I finish this homework, of course. Get in a shower and then lay down, because I'm feeling like my eyes are just really heavy. Good morning. I just wanted to make a video because I feel good this morning. I got some good sleep, and yeah, I feel well rested today. And I don't have any real update on anything. I'm such in a place where I'm just doing research and looking up stuff, and, you know, reading up on stuff and seeing what other women have experienced. And so I just wanted to, like, I don't know, because I think what it is that because of things that have happened to me in the past and my inability to get pregnant in the past, I just feel like, I just get this sense of like, oh, too good to be true type, you know, type feeling. But I mean, so far things have been going well. You know, no red flags, nothing to be really concerned about. Like, I was thinking like about the follicle growth and the fact that the estrogen numbers have been rising. Like, those are good things. Those are things that are supposed to happen. And so just thinking about the fact that I'm like one step closer to retrieving my eggs, it's just, I'm nervous, but I'm also excited at the same time, because it's like, oh my goodness, like, I just can't wait to like see what the outcome is going to be. Like, I feel good about it, and I'm just happy, you know, that I had this opportunity. So the follicles is growing. I'm going to go to the doctor tomorrow to see how much the follicles have grown in the past 2 days, and if they're where they're, and then I'll still have the 36 hours for them to grow a little bit more once I take the trigger shot. And the fact that I already had one that was at 16 and I think a few at 14, that's a good sign. So it's just like, I'm excited. But yeah, I just felt like actually talking about how excited I am, because I feel like I haven't really done that too much in my videos, because like I said, I just don't want to get my hopes up. But it's like, it's okay with being hopeful, and it's okay with being positive, and just, you know, wishing for the best. Like, a good thing could happen to me. Like, I can be blessed with a baby. Like, that's very possible at this point. So I just have to keep my faith and believe in that. Yeah. So yeah, I just wanted to make a video. Okay, this ain't the best angle, but I'm driving and I got a busy morning. But I feel really good because after so many ultrasounds, the doctor was finally able to see my right ovary transvaginally. So that's really great news because he was saying that, well, first I was getting a little worried because I'm like, damn, do I even have a right ovary? Is it there? Because they just were not able to see it at all. But he was able to see it. He didn't have to do it the abdominal way or do my abdomen. So that's good because then he'll be able to do the retrieval via the vaginal way, which is the way that, you know, they prefer to do it. And so that's great. The follicles, they've all grown. There's one that's 21, I think. There's some 18, 19s. So they want the follicles to be over 14. So yeah, that's really great news. He said that I can go ahead and do the trigger shot tonight. So that's good news. So that will mean that my retrieval is indeed going to be on Friday. So I'm feeling good. I'm feeling excited. So he just got to wait to get the blood work to see how much I'm gonna have to take. Yeah, so I'm very excited. I'm very, very excited because everything's looking the way it should. But that right ovary has been a pain, so that's really great that he was able to see it finally. So making progress. I'm very happy. I'm very excited, and just going to continue to hope for the best and be positive. All right, so got confirmation that the egg retrieval is indeed on Friday. So I have to take my trigger shot tonight at exactly 8:45 p.m. They still want me to go in the morning to get another blood draw. So, but good things, the egg retrieval was confirmed. So I'm excited about that. I'm excited to get it over with and see what the results will be. Super excited about it. My stomach is like really bloated and my ovaries are really, really sore. But not as sore as on Monday, because on Monday they were so sensitive that it hurt when I sneeze. But I'm not feeling that anymore. So, but yeah, they're really, really sensitive. I had to take the last of my gono shot. And then I have to do the trigger shot at 8:45 exactly. So, yeah. I've been feeling really sleepy today, like just a little drained, because I've literally been going to the doctor like every day, it seems like. Like today, I had to go to the 2 different doctor's appointments because I had to get my blood work checked for my thyroid, because it's about that time for me to check up on that. And then I go next week to actually see the doctor to follow up on the lab work. So hopefully that's not out of whack because of everything that's been going on with this process. So yeah, I gotta finish this homework though. And then, like, I can't wait to just lay down and go to sleep, honestly. But I'm also very excited. I just wanted to make another video. It is the morning of my retrieval. I'm nervous and also just anxious to get it over with and see what the outcome would be. My ovaries are really like sensitive right now, so I'm just like walking around like feeling everything. So I'm going to be leaving shortly. I have to be there at 7:45. The surgery starts at 8:45. So fingers crossed we get a good amount of eggs, and hopefully nothing, no overstimulation or anything. Just like, that's what I'm really nervous about, just the amount of eggs and then the overstimulation part. But
Yeah, of course.
got my IV in, getting ready. I gotta document this.